Iain Dale on LBC.
With SimpsonTravel.com for hand-picked villas and boutique hotels.
7:36. Let's talk about the loan charge again, because it's something that we've been constantly wittering on about since I first interviewed the then Financial Secretary of the Treasury, Mel Stride, about it in 2018. And there was a big debate in the House of Commons a couple of weeks ago, which we did a phone-in on that. Well, today there were questions to the Treasury ministers, and the Financial Secretary to the, was it Economic? Well, anyway, a Treasury Minister, Nigel Huddlestone, he rejected calls from all over the House of Commons for a new independent loan charge review. Now, you may remember last week Rachel Reeves committed a Labour government to implementing that. She said, well, she hoped the present government would do something about it beforehand, but if they don't, Labour will conduct an independent review. Nigel Huddlestone said there had been scaremongering over the issue. Well, joining me now is Greg Smith, who is Conservative MP for Buckingham. He's co-chair of the all-party parliamentary group on the loan charge and taxpayer fairness, and who began today's debate in Parliament. Was there a debate in Parliament? I thought it was Treasury Questions. Yeah. So take us through what happened at Questions.
So there were a number of colleagues that raised the loan charge. I was the first one up, and I really pushed the point to Nigel Huddlestone, the Minister, that there is total confusion when it comes to HMRC's ability to say how many people have been made bankrupt because of the loan charge. Figures have never been put into the public domain. We've had all sorts of commentary that is in fact nobody. But there was a document that the Loan Charge Action Group got out of an FOI request to HMRC, where in an internal memo during the Morse review, they put that number at 100 in 2019. Now, I suspect that number is far higher than that. But there is a piece of paper, an HMRC document, that puts that figure in 2019 at 100. So I asked him, well, why has that number never been put into the public domain? And what's the number today? I didn't get an answer to that. But I have met with Nigel since, just actually a couple of hours ago. We were disrupted by the division bell, and we're going to reconvene after the February recess, because I think he really does need to kick the tyres with HMRC as an incoming minister to that role. He needs to get the answers that not just me, not just a couple of MPs have been asking consistently for many years now, but actually that the whole House of Commons is pretty much united on. When we had the debate the other week, and you did the phone-in on it afterwards, this is a subject that unites IDS, Jacob Rees-Mogg and David Davis on one side, and me, with John McDonnell on the other.
And Tim Farron.
And Tim Farron, indeed. Yeah, who'd have thought that coalition would come together? But it has, because there are real people out there in a real state of suffering. 10 people have come to that tragic conclusion of ending their own lives over it. There are many, many more people in financial dire straits, having marital problems, severe mental health problems. These are people we need to help, and they took advice in good faith, and we need to put that right.
The problem is, from a PR point of view, people naturally relate to sub-postmasters because they know them, they meet them every day. It's much less easy to convince people who call themselves or convince the public that people who call themselves contractors and have signed up to a scheme which, on the face of it, looks as if they would pay less tax, that they're in the same boat. But there are, 60,000 people who are victims of the loan charge, compared to around, 1,000 sub-postmasters. I mean, I would contend that this has the potential to be a much bigger scandal than the Post Office, and that's saying something.
Yes, I think you're right. I mean, I take your point on the optics that everybody knew their local postmaster in their village or their town or wherever it might be. But equally, if you think about it, if it wasn't for contractors in the economy, the whole thing would fall apart. So many sectors simply wouldn't be able to function without contractors.
And these are nurses, builders,
absolutely.
IT
This isn't just about the IT contractor that I suppose the lazy mind might naturally go towards. Nurses, as you say, people in public services have been taken on. Actually, people within HMRC have been taken on under these schemes. Yet HMRC, as ever, they go after the individuals who took the advice in good faith, and they are failing to go after the promoters who sold these schemes in the first place.
Well, I hope this is something. Well, I know you're going to keep at it because you are co-chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group, but there would be nothing that would give me more pleasure this year than at some stage to announce to our listeners that this campaign has been successful. So best of luck with it, Greg.
Never give up.
Thank you very much indeed. That's Greg Smith there, Conservative MP for Buckingham.